Welcome to Project Handlebar, where photographers learn by teaching. We have a couple of rules that need to be followed. Rule number 1, talk about Project Handlebar. Rule number 2, if this is your first time with Project Handlebar, go to our Facebook group and say hi. Link down below. So this is the way that it works. Every week I'll be posting a video with a different photography project. Have fun watching the video, and then afterwards, if you want to do the project yourself or something similar along the same theme, adding your own little creative twist, great. Post it on the Facebook page, link down below, or put it on Instagram, hashtag Project Handlebar, and tag the Project Handlebar Instagram page, link also down below. Okay, so this week's project is to create a flat lay that tells a story. Now, a flat lay is usually done on tabletop, shooting down on the subject. For this one, I have this vision of a bent nail with a bunch of tools that want to come to the rescue, but none of them are the correct tool for the job. It may not make much sense now, but wait till I get it out of my head and into the camera. But first, I want to make a great surface for this flat lay, something with a lot of texture. Now, I have this piece of wood. It's kind of boring right now, so what I'm going to do is show you a couple tricks to really bring out the texture, make that texture really pop. Oh yeah, quick disclaimer. I'm new to videography, so I'm not promising Hollywood quality on this video, but I can promise you that I will get better as time goes on. Ready? Let's get started. Okay, so got myself a nice plain piece of wood. I got pine because pine works best for this particular trick. I'm going to use a torch, the fun stuff, you can't even see it, the fun stuff to really draw out the grain and make this super high texture. So, here we go. Don't want to keep it in one place too long. I don't want to burn it. I just want to bring out the texture. You know what? I may have to go get the big boy. Be right back. Alright, now we're cooking with gas. A little too windy out here, but I think that's a good start. Alright, so after you burn it, you want to take a good brush or even steel wool, really scratch it up. Gets rid of the soft wood you just burnt off, leaving the grain. And now we're going to stain it. Alright, so I've got a really old can of stain here. It's been in my garage for probably the better part of a decade. Let's see what I can do with this. Old t-shirts are great. So here we go. Let me try a couple different directions here. Let's see. And maybe have the tools coming in like this. This one might need a little help. There we go. Big old hammer. Couple wrenches. Chisel. I haven't decided whether to use this one or not. A nice rusty pair of scissors. Maybe a drill bit. I want them to all look like they're sort of pointing at the nail. Yeah, it does. All right, so they all kind of look like they're looking at the nail. So let's see if we can get this stuck in here in the wood. That's why I brought the straight one. I mess up my whole design. There we go. I'm going to leave these guys out and use a big one. And now I'm going to get on a chair so I get a nice top-down photo. That's not too bad, but let's try a slightly different composition. Let's tighten these up and kind of make them a little less equidistant and see if we can make it look like they're kind of coming in at different intervals. They're all looking at the nail saying, "What do we do?" I think we'll edit these in Snapseed. For those of you that are curious about the light source, I just used a window. It's nice and sunny outside. Give me a nice gradient light. It's going to be brighter up here and darker back here because of the way the light falls off. Even that's a cool photo. Nice little story. Okay, I brought the image up in an app called Snapseed. If you're not familiar with it, it's a free mobile editing app, photo editing app. I love Snapseed. It's amazing. It's got a lot of powerful tools, considering the fact that it's free. There are some filters that you can choose from as soon as you open it. Some of them look really good. Some of them help out a little bit, but we're not going to be using any filters. So I'm going to exit out of that and just go to Tools. So we'll go to Tune Image. I want to increase the contrast, really bring out that grain, not too much. Going to drop the, well, where do I want the highlights? Let's say right about there. I'm going to lower the shadows, create even more contrast in there. And I am going to bring up the warmth, the temperature of the image quite a bit because I really want to bring out that brown. Let's see how that works. So I'll accept that right now. Let's go to curves. I like using curves to add a little bit more drama to it. If you're not familiar with curves, the upper portion, upper right hand portion is your highlights. The lower portion is your shadows. I can really control the highlights from here. I'll bring up the highlights just a little bit. I really want to drop the shadows down. I want to bring out those dark areas. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and crop in just a touch. And notice that up there in the upper left hand corner, that chisel drill bit, or that hole drill bit, is the only thing really not cropped off the image, and that kind of bothers me. So I'm going to bring that in here, maybe tighten this up just a little bit. There we go. I think that looks a lot better. Brings a lot more attention to the nail as well, I feel. All right. Now we're going to use white balance just a little bit more. I'm going to bring the temperature, make it even a little more warm. Really bring out those rusty colors. I don't think I need to do anything with the tint. It doesn't have a green or a magenta tint to it. So I'll accept that. Now that I can kind of see what it looks like, bring up the structure, sharpen it just a touch, and then I'm going to go back to the tune image again and maybe have fun with the sliders. Go way up and down, see what it really does. Alright, now I do want to bring out that nail just a little bit more, so I'm going to go to the brush tool. And really zoom in there. Alright, now you see down at the bottom where it says dodge and burn, obviously going into the negatives is going to be a darker brush. Going into the positives makes it a lighter brush, dodging and burning, meaning lightening and darkening essentially. Let me get into the bottom of that nail. I want to accentuate the bottom of that nail just a little bit more. So I'm going to get there nice and close and just kind of brighten up the bottom of that nail just a touch. It's not really working, is it? Not a whole lot to mess with there. Well, yeah, actually it did work. You kind of see the highlight on the upper part of the bent bottom of the nail. That's kind of exactly what I wanted. Now I'm going to go down to burn, and I want to increase the shadow of the nail just a little bit more. You can kind of see the shadow right there. All right, and I'm going to kind of make an extra shadow right here to kind of bring out that shadow just a touch. All right, and there is my finished image. Okay guys, thanks for watching my first video. I encourage you to go out and do this project yourself. Create a flat lay that tells a really good story. Be sure to post it in the Facebook group or on Instagram, hashtag Project Handlebar, and then tag my Project Handlebar Instagram page. Until next time, stay creative, my friend.